Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 are going to be remastered this year, so what better way to celebrate that than to look at my copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, because there's something very interesting in this box right here. Everything looks pretty normal. Manual, disc, which by the way, I was looking at this earlier. The printing looks so ass. I've never recalled any game having such a horrible print. It honestly makes me think it's like not like legitimate. Like it has the Xbox like reflectomatic thing going on there, but like, you know, it's just, I could count how old this thing is from the ring. My God, that's not what I wanted to focus on. What I wanted to focus on was this right here. For those who don't remember, Activision back then had a subsidiary for extreme sports games called Activision O2, which for those who don't know, O2 means water. So yeah, this was what they had their Tony Hawk games, as well as other assorted extreme sports titles. So we open it up, and of course we are greeted with Tony Hawk. Not just one, but two, 3 and 4, which coincidentally enough are the games that are going to be remade this year. And so yeah, we got Tony Hawk right here, who appears to have been photographed with a Game Boy camera. I think there's at least like 5 pixels, maybe 3, because this is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. An instant classic from day one. Ooh, man, they were definitely in cahoots with Metacritic. Now, of course, this is great and all, but this is not even scratching the surface of what makes this little pamphlet really interesting. Because, you know, there's other games, such as Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. So this is kind of like the sister series. This got a sequel, not just one game, but 2 games. And, you know, going off of the title, it's definitely not something that uses 4 wheels. It's 2. And yeah, I've never played Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2, but I have played the first one. And it's actually pretty good. I played the demo of it back then, and I remember it being a little bit more difficult to understand compared to just Tony Hawk. But I had a lot of fun with it, even though I had no idea what was going on and I kept crashing. And yeah, that's definitely a Matt. We got some screenshots, pretty cool, pretty great. Ooh, look at that. Wait, what? Hold on. I did not notice this until right now. They have a PS2 screenshot when they're promoting the Oh my God, that is blasphemy. Blasphemy, Matt Hoffman. We're gonna cancel your game series. Last game. Let's move to to the next page, and we got some really weird So we got Kelly's. I forgot this was a thing that existed. Like, I remember actually seeing this in Blockbuster to rent, and I can't read anything about this. I cannot understand this, which bodes terribly for this game, because I can't really understand how you could do a surfing game, at least in the same vein as the Tony Hawk games. There's just, you're in the ocean. Where is the park? It's just, this is the park right here. They spoiled the game. Even then, I'm still very, very curious about it. Drop in with 6-time world champion Kelly Slater, or one of other top pros in the ultimate surf experience. Play a total of 30 levels, which, spoiler alert, it's just that. Oh man, okay, so I guess we could kind of, what the fuck? Can you grind in this game? Oh shoot, okay. Oh, that's what we in the film industry call sound design. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, looking at these screenshots right here actually have me pretty curious about the gameplay. So is that the Philippines?
Oi, Philippines! Philippines!
Let's move on to the next page, and what do we got? We've got dude, they're Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder 2. This thing got a sequel too? What? Man, Activision was just pumping these games out, and they weren't saying a damn thing. I just thought they only had one game. I must have missed the freaking like numerical, like numero 2 right there. Cause you know, we have Kelly Slater. There was no way you could do a sequel to this. So I thought that there was only just one, but no, there was 2. And he was also photographed with probably, this seems to have a bit more detail, maybe a PSP camera. Ride like legendary Sean Palmer and other world-renowned pros in the most authentic and complete snowboarding universe ever created in a video game. You know, whenever they say other world-renowned pros, I feel bad because a lot of these... Oh, they actually don't have the... they have the space right here for the names, like here with Pro Skater 4. But I guess they never got around to... not only is the rating pending, but it looks like the pro snowboarder names are too. I will say I do really like, you know, the consistency with this logo design right here and the font too. They were definitely onto something with this branding, and I'm very sad that these games really didn't go past either like one title or two. And also, I'm kind of sad that they didn't really get past the... These are pictures of Sean Palmer snowboarding, being a pro. This is not the game. I guess they didn't, you know, not only did they not put the names on there, but I guess they never got around to making they don't even have like the game to take screenshots of. So let's move, since there's no game to really go off of, let's move on to the next Sean Murray's pro wakeboarder, but more important, Travis Pastrana pro. Dude, they were just hiding these games. I didn't know about this game. I knew about all the previous games, the Sean Palmers, I knew about the Kelly Slater, I knew about the Matt Hoffman, but I didn't know. This is news to me. Pro wakeboarder, that's gotta be one hell of a game. These two right here escaped me for the past 22 years. I may have like come across them like some way, but these definitely fell out from like, you know, my mind. And grab the rope and rip the wake. I'm very curious about what pro wakeboarder would be like, because I feel like compared to surfing, there might be a bit more going on here, and especially with pro moto, because with like, you know, with motorsports and stuff, you got the hills, you got like that dirt, that's a big part of it all. And with pro wakeboarder, I guess they could probably have some ramps and stuff, but with pro surf, that's the only ramp you're gonna get, man. Kelly, I don't know what to say, man. You're gonna have to wipe the slate clean. Kelly, you just, you know, maybe you could start like a pro snowboarder game. Do Kelly Snowboarder like number 3. Pick up the torch, man. Sean Palmer hasn't gotten a game in over 22 years. And also, I just noticed 2003, man, these Activision O2 right here was like a freaking couple of rabbits. They were at it making games for Activision O2 Extreme Sports brand. But yeah, they caught me off guard, and they're definitely a lot more, how should I say, unorthodox for sports games. I mean, maybe less so Pro Moto X, but I don't think I've ever heard of a wakeboarder game. But, you know, very weird, but I guess I could kind of see how they'd work. But man, I guess they were really just trying to, you know, do their best to just make as many they try to make a brand out of this. This, of course, doesn't exist anymore, but, you know, with all these games coming out, like, around the same time, I gotta commend Activision. They did their best, but, ooh, Activision, even back then, they were going a bit too hard with their series of games. If I were to be like a fan of like Tony Hawk, and then I'd walk into like a Blockbuster and see this game, this game, this game, this game, and this game all just hanging out like on the shelf alongside these two games, I would probably have like option paralysis. I'd probably beg my mom to cancel the Blockbuster membership, because I'm 3 years old. I am not meant to figure out these difficult choices for myself. And yeah, that's the end of Activision O2 Sports Revolution. That website probably doesn't exist anymore, but very good time capsule. I don't know if they made any other games. I'm definitely curious, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Activision O2 kind of just died, like, you know, with all these games that came out. It was an honest effort, very good effort, I must say, especially going off of, you know, Matt Hoffman. That was a good demo. But Activision, naughty, naughty, naughty. You need to let your games breathe a bit. Oxygen's in the name, bro. You gotta let them breathe. But yeah, pretty cool. Really looking forward to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 coming out this year. And, you know, with the news that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 in the remaster is not going to have the goal-oriented structure of the original game, I guess there's kind of some value to have this still just hanging around.